Alright, time for another draft physics video presentation. Alright, so I'm going to be playing 3 hours or something like that worth of Stephen Bro crap. So he was promising experiments, and it's more of just his buffoonery and crapola, and it's just going to be horrible. So I don't know what to say. I probably shouldn't pay. He's so just defined himself as doing troll physics. He can't up his game at all. He can't improve anything at all. He just has to be this fucking idiotic Asperger clown. And the people defending this as good science, I don't know. You have to, like I said, are you going to stand by that notion? And so then every crackpot, everybody who does tinfoil hat science, you believe them? Do you believe Ken Wheeler? Or are you duplicitous hypocrites? You only believe people who agree with you. I mean, if I was to do this, if I was to show crap this bad as experimental evidence on my side, you know, you would rip it an asshole. You would blame me. You would destroy my credibility for thinking this was good evidence. I would be literally being a flat earther. This is flat earth style science. Okay, overtly. Alright, so anyway, I'm only 4 minutes through it into this damn piece of shit. So he's doing the same crap. He has me repeating the same words 27 times or something. And what am I saying? I'm saying that I was talking about springs. Springs have to produce half the mass, have to be half the velocity. There's nowhere else for the energy to go. So I'm talking clearly about springs, and then he's using that to talk about levers. Now, anybody who's watched this thing, there's no controversy about how levers work. There's only a controversy about the fact that with any experiment, you have to be careful how you apply, right? So I've made 2 arguments against how he used the lever. All right, so instead of redoing the experiment, he's trying to reclaim the original experiment, which was filmed horribly and is a piece of shit. But he's trying to reclaim it. As I already pointed out, you can't reclaim it because you fundamentally didn't pay attention to the most important thing, friction. And then the second most important thing, the fact that your energy is being stored in 2 forms. One, angular momentum, the spinning of the object, and the other one in the form of, the motion forward. And so you have to account for that because those 2 things actually affect the slower object much more dramatically than this faster object. The faster you go, the less friction. Fact. A fact you're just not paying any attention to at all. All right. All right. So his original experiment is little objects moving a little distance. Okay, little, okay, hitting a spring, okay, to be collected. All right. And the fact is that he's hitting the object and they have to go across a surface. Now they have 2 choices. They can skid across the surface if they're going fast. That means none of their energy went into rolling. Rolling consumes your energy this way and converts it into a flywheel essentially. So you're taking some of your momentum in this direction, your velocity in this direction will be used, okay, and stored as angular momentum in your roll. Now the problem is when the roll is hitting an object, bang, it hits into the object, it doesn't, the roll, the top of this thing doesn't hit the object. No, the side hits the object. And which way is the side going? Oh, the side is going down. It's not going in this direction. So you lose some percentage of your forward motion to pushing the spring down. Not pushing the spring in, you end up pushing it down. So the more roll you have, the less momentum you'll have in the direction because some of your momentum will be lost to pushing the spring down. Duh. And clearly that is inversely proportional to the fact that the faster you're going, the less likely you are to roll. So in his original video, we couldn't see because they're only traveling these little distances. Little objects traveling little distances. So here in the first 4 minutes, he has giant objects, 5 kilograms maybe, okay, rolling many inches, okay, rolling many inches that he hits with a lever. And we can see that, yeah, it does look like, okay, this one's going exactly, okay, pretty close to half. This one's going half the speed on the lever, okay, as this one. But that's because it's a whole different experiment. This is a little tiny experiment over here. This is a big giant experiment over here, and the friction and the roll are so much more equal in this experiment with these big things that both have a lot of gravity pushing them into the surface, and these light little things by comparison. So he ignored the fundamental argument about friction and about angular momentum. Just totally ignored those two arguments, and instead just plays me saying it has to be half the velocity because half the mass. And somehow I was saying it didn't matter what mass you put on a lever, okay? That somehow if it was half the mass here, it would go half the velocity no matter what. And I put half the mass here, it goes half the velocity. Now, anybody who's watched any of these videos knows I never made any such argument. So this is such a pile of straw man crap. And he titles the video 1.43 versus blah, 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 and there we are, and blah, 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 like he's doing that. And this is how he starts. So he starts with a straw man argument. So the first argument he makes, complete straw man. It's not a new experiment. He's not redoing the experiment. He's not recollecting the energy and showing anything. He's just trying to reclaim the first stupid, idiotic experiment. And I'm not going to play the clips. I'm not going to sit there and have him repeat his little statements over and over again. I'm not going to buffoon this idiot. I'm just going to say this is disgusting that somebody has to have a science conversation in this fucking atmosphere with these fucking these people who are, as you know, this is how flat earthers argue, okay? This is just shenanigan bullshit. Can you show a little bit of honesty and integrity and admit that there was never any controversy about how levers work? That's not part of this fucking argument at all. The whole argument was about how springs work. Oh, so anyway. So I'm not gonna. I'll play this little bit here, and then I'm just gonna play the video and come back because there's no point. It's all crap.
Put that there to try and stop it rolling off the edge. But the same happens if I put the heavy object there and the light object there.
So it's just 4 minutes of doing exactly the same, saying the same thing over and over again, over and over again, over and over again, and it's not an issue of controversy. So look at the difference in this experiment versus the first one. Now these are such heavy objects, you can actually see right away his lever is bending. Okay, so he's violating another rule. The lever can't store the energy like a spring. If it does that, that's also another place where you're losing the momentum. Dumbass. But he's not collecting the energy. So he's sitting here saying, look how great levers work when he's using big things. And then he does the real experiment with little tiny things. Too stupid. Again, not accounting for friction and the loss of the energy to angular momentum. Just ignoring both of those.
A little bit too aggressive. I didn't need to do that. Try to have a lighter touch. See,
when he did it with the lighter touch. See, now I don't know whether it sounds out of sync in his video. He did it with like a pen and some other object. He's not even smart enough to figure out that this small little lever can't cause either one of those objects to roll. It's just going to throw them. They're not going to roll.
The heavy object went faster, didn't it?
See, did you see? Yeah, and your lever bent. Did you see that? Your lever bent. Shithead.
Gary.
Okay, so it's just this over and over again. What is this? This wasn't a controversy. This isn't an issue. There's no lever controversy. There's no lever question. There was no lever conversation. Nobody explained, oh, you have a wrong impression of levers. That's not part of this controversy anywhere. Springs. He's just so fucking stupid. All right, anyway. All right, so I'll be back. I'll play another 5 minutes and see if there's anything of note. It's just horrible. Oh, this is even worse. Yes, the sync is off on the video. Way off.
Up that at twice the speed. It's got to be twice the speed, Gary. It's got to be twice the velocity because it covers twice as much ground in the same space of time as that does. So, Gary, your claim is absolute nonsense.
Okay, there's no claim, okay? My claim is about springs. that springs store the energy and they have to give the energy back. You can't unstore the energy. You can't make the energy disappear. There's conservation of momentum and conservation of energy because momentum is energy. That's my claim, crazy fucker. Mr. Asperger. Is that how I should have to title you? Mr. Crazy, insane, Peter Pan syndrome retard. Okay, we're not living in the world of a 10-year-old. You have to understand that the world isn't. Are unicorns real? No, you have to do some real argument here about you can't just glue horns on horses, shithead. Oh, all right. I'll just go back to. I mean, it's terrible. All right, so this video is completely irrelevant to the claims being made, and it's just about trying to say that when he did the quarters in tape experiment, that those results were valid because he knows for certain they rolled just the right amount and nothing skidded. Nothing didn't roll and nothing got pushed and skid across the surface. Even though the distance they traveled was this far, right? That was it. Just an inch and before they hit the springs. So instead of redoing the collecting of the energy, he's saying, well, look, I retested how levers work with big giant objects and they work just fine. Yeah, everybody knew levers worked just fine, you idiot. No one was disputing that. It was your collection of the energy that everybody was arguing, that I was arguing. I was clearly arguing you're not collecting the energy correctly, you idiot. Because you didn't account for friction, which hurts the slower object much more, and you didn't account for the fact that the slower object's more likely to be rolling, which means it has part of its momentum stored as angular rotation. Did you pay any attention to those two arguments? Zero. So this is where he says he's proven it. So I certainly can't say that this disagrees with Professor Lewin. This has nothing to do with springs. You're not showing us the spring collecting the energy. You haven't proven that in your previous experiment the two objects were actually going those speeds. Did you prove? Have you in some way proven that in that inch of space those two objects were going the speeds you claim? No. Because you didn't account for friction and you didn't account for angular rotation. So both of those things you ignored, and those are the two things you have to pay attention to. Because you're an idiot. All right, so this is just so bad. So this doesn't prove anything. Useless.
Okay, so bear in mind that that's the standard speed of the 4 kilogram run with this particular force behind it. Now, we're not changing the force behind it in the next clip. We're using the same force. All we're doing is taking out this weight, so we've halved the weight, so it really is then back down to 2 kilograms. Now, what's in meters? According to Gary, it should halve from 1030 to 515 milliseconds. Does that happen? No.
So again, this is just bullshit. According to Gary, no, this isn't according to Gary. It's a complete lie. Collect the energy. Where did you collect it? Did you collect it somewhere? No. Is there any spring collecting the momentum of those two big heavy objects? No. So you didn't recollect the energy. The most important part of the experiment is collecting the energy. Did you do that? No. Oh, this is so bad. Okay. So now we have him redoing the spring experiment, but we have no details about any of it. So he's just showing apparently a new version of the small version of throwing the object into another spring. Now, obviously, the same thing holds. The lighter object isn't going to incur as much friction, and it's not as likely to roll. So we should at least have marks on this thing so we can see if it actually rolls. And let's see if he filmed it well enough for us actually to see its rotation. But yeah, we don't even know what his spring is this time. He's got some different shooting device, and the collecting device is similar, but a little different. But obviously the collecting device, see the problem when you have a car with rotating wheels, all of the angular momentum in the wheels goes in the right direction because the wheels are only hitting one surface, the ground. They never hit any side surface. So you keep that momentum. The angular momentum is converted into your forward motion. But when you have a spinning object just hitting a wall, the angular momentum doesn't go forward, it goes down.
This is where Gary predicts that it goes double the speed.
So, so what is all this? Double the mass, clearly not half as fast as previous. Okay, so it's not half as slightly slower, only slightly slower. Okay, so 0.7 of half mass velocity pushed by same force. We'll have to see if that's how he's proving that.
Isn't it? Because Gary's cheating experiment, Gary is basing his assumptions on the idea, the false idea, that when we halve the mass, 4 kilograms in this case to 2, according to him, it's supposed to double speed, isn't it? Well, no, it's not doing that at all.
So it's not double the speed at half the mass. So I'm just saying this is obviously something where you're saying Professor Lewin doesn't understand either. And Richard Feynman didn't understand. So none of the physicists understand. It's not just me who doesn't understand springs. They all don't understand springs. That's what you're saying. And your proof is hard to decipher from this piece of shit of a video. What is this? Why do you do this crap? Pause. Why do you do this?
Oh, at best it's supposed to do 1.4 times faster, and I suppose that's under ideal conditions. But like I said, in the test...
I mean, okay, so it's supposed to go 1.4, 1.4, blah, 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 blah. So where do I see the experiment actually done where you measured the velocity of that object? Where's that experiment?
I did, at the end of that video, my last video, the one labeled Gary's Cheat, you could see that the red one went barely any faster than the other one.
Okay, I could see it. No, I couldn't see that. Sorry. I didn't see that.
Double the weight.
Oh, this is a great video, isn't it? This is just so good. All the scientists make videos this great. It's just a wonderful thing about science, how great the
Gary is
videos
wrongly
are.
claiming that it should go...
So Gary's wrongly claiming that a spring stores energy and it has to give the energy back. That's a wrong claim. The spring doesn't have to give the energy back as momentum, conservation of momentum. So every time Professor Lewin says you can't screw with conservation of momentum, he's an idiot. He's somebody you would ridicule and make fun of. Oh, got it.
Twice the speed just because it's half mass. Just because it's half mass, there's a logjam, Mr. JPG. There's a logjam.
So he keeps saying the same shit over and over and over again instead of actually showing an experiment of some kind.
Gary either thinking that happens or being willing to pretend that he thinks that happens.
Why wouldn't it be twice the velocity? It's half the mass.
So he plays in again the same clip over and over and over again. And he doesn't answer the question. Where does the energy go then, Steve? It's half the mass, the moment, so you're saying momentum can be destroyed. Well, I never heard that can happen. So why don't you explain how it happened? It just disappeared.
And there's your problem, Gary. And there's your problem.
Why wouldn't it be twice the velocity? It's half the mass.
This, like I said, that's like the 57th time he's played that. Who but a complete asshole does this kind of fucking nonsense? This is trolly foley. What the fuck is wrong with you?
If you are not lying and you really have just made this massive, massive blunder, this is what you need to focus your attention on. Take a day to up if you need to. Think about it. Maybe I should ease back on the criticism because if there's any...
No. Why should you ease back? Why don't you produce the evidence? Was there evidence in there somewhere? Did you see the evidence in there somewhere? Oh, no, I didn't see it. Did you see it? I didn't see it. I didn't see him do the experiment, actually collect the energy and show me the spring, being 1.4. I didn't see any of that.
That you are making a genuine mistake here and that you're not actually lying. I would like to then give you the space to actually think, oh, you have to correct yourself and let no more be said about it.
Fuck no, let's everything be said about it. I mean, you're a despicable human being. You don't have the evidence. You're making all these bold claims. This is just such crap. Who can I show this to? What scientist do you think should be shown this piece of shit video? What if Einstein said, yes, it's a spring. It must store the energy. You have to give the energy back. It's silly. Of course. Half the mass, twice the velocity. Of course. You're going to show Einstein this piece of shit?
Not to keep hammering you with it, not to embarrass you any further. If you were willing to sort of face the music and say, oh, God, yeah, not a fucking massive clanger, because that's what you're doing, Gary.
Oh, fuck this shit. Okay, I'll come back. This is just so fucking stupid. I should make a video just talking about what a dumb, bald weasel you are, what a stupid motherfucking your whole life, or you're a petty, resentful loser. You've cheated your whole fucking life. You've been accused of by other people over and over again. Here you are cheating again. First you cheat by taking a clip that I'm not talking about levers, I'm talking about springs. Oh, I mean, you're a pathetic cheater. Yes, everybody who's ever accused you of cheating was correct, because of course you're a fucking cheater. Look how you're cheating here. You're playing somebody saying something 68 times? What else is that? But what are you trying to do there? That sounds like propaganda, jackass. I heard him say it the first time, shit for brain. Why am I playing the same clip over and over again? Should I take clips of you singing your silly songs and I'll just have you sing the same phrase over and over and over again? And then I'll make a successful video and explain to you how, do you understand, Steve, how you're an asshole? Didn't I just prove you're an asshole and an idiot? I mean, what kind of fucking idiot are you? That somehow, oh, this is all right. Well, forgive and forget. Fuck you. You're making accusations, jackass, and you're not proving them with anything, asswipe.
What you just said is what you really truly believe, and all that. Right, it's 8:30 in the morning. I'm not in bed yet. I need to get some kit. So I wanted to upload this today, but I'm not going to get to it. Such a slide.
Yeah, I know what today was 3 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago. So in 3 weeks, he can't get the sync on the video right, and he can't show us an actual experiment. Fuck. Okay, I'll pause, see if we can get through some of this crap. He's actually talking about showing tits. So this is the guy who made this stupid defend feminism video. Defend Madame Chartelet from the accusation she was kind of doing girly physics. And he's such a great defender of women. He throws in gratuitous lingerie women titty video into this science argument.
One 8-8 again. So such a regularity about this now, isn't it? 1193. So now we just need to take out all that weight and put it back down to 2 kilograms. Okay. 864.
Okay, I'm not watching the videos. Forget it. I mean, this is just too ridiculous. He's got writing on top of the experiment, music playing in the background while he's talking and doing who knows what experiment. I mean, this is just such a fucking waste of my goddamn time. All right, so that's it. Forget it. I'm done. I'm done with Stephen Bro's proof of anything. Fuck it. Fuck the comment section. Fuck the whole thing. It's just too fucking ludicrous. This is an insane waste of my time. Oh, God damn. He's not even collecting the energy. He's just established, look, I can make it go 1.4 times as fast. Okay, well, I don't know what this is. He's got some sort of spring. Who knows what spring? So obviously, if you're pushing a mass that's too heavy for the spring, right, it can't possibly push the object, blah, 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 blah. These are the limits of springs, right? You can't go too fast and you can't go too heavy. But whatever, he won't figure that out. Oh, God damn, what a stupid fuck. All right. I'll endeavor to persevere. I mean, there's no choice, right? Because people, if I don't watch the videos, then people say, oh, he proved it. But can't any of you trolls just do an honest thing and tell Steve in a nice, polite way, Steve, could you just cut the bullshit and actually get to the experiments? Because, yeah, all of us have a life, and we're really not interested in any of this other crap. All of this extra crap, the little girly pictures, this crap you write over the screen, we're not interested in any of that. We're interested in seeing the fucking experiment.
828 845 844
I can't even believe
845
this.
right, I'll be getting quite regular, aren't we? Got that one. 845 845 again.
Damn.
843
Oh, God damn. So he puts this in
8, 3, 1. Isn't it?
Right, he puts. Oh, sorry, I turned it off. He puts this crap in because he's complaining that I'm saying you didn't provide enough information, and look what he does to it. So he puts all this redundancy in that I didn't ask for. I just asked for some details regarding how the experiment was done, and so he thinks that I'm asking to hear everything and see everything, and then on top of that he puts this crap all over it. What the fuck is this shit? Oh, I can't believe it. And again, this is the great feminist. Oh, too stupid. Just too, he knows the women have done such great science, and this is how he proves it.
1189 plus 1185 plus 1189 plus 1166
So apparently he actually jerks off to science or something, right? I mean, why would he have this connection between these girly images, calculators, and, rolling coins? Why? What is this weirdness? He actually does do this? I mean, what? He touches the buttons on the calculator and goes, ooh, you're making me hot. Oh, fuck.
1187 plus 1188 plus 1186.2. Yeah, so I was right.
All right, there's no point, right? I'll just pause and we'll see if there's anything. It's just, this is so bad. No, I'm sorry. This really is unwatchable. It's just unwatchable. I can't. It's brain neuron killing. This is as toxic. You might as well be an alcoholic or something. You might as well just, drink motor oil. This is just such a pile of shit. Jesus Christ. All right, so we're 14 minutes into it. He didn't even make any effort at all to prove any of his claims, to demonstrate anything with any kind of evidence or images or anything. There was nothing in here that demonstrated or proved anything. So just forget it. I can't watch this. It's so fucking bad. So until somebody puts it in a form that's watchable, show me whoever wants to watch this horrible shit, if you can please take the important parts out where he actually proves something and make a video. So I'm sort of pleading to the trolls even. Come on, trolls, can you do it? Can you put the argument in some kind of form? Like it could be 5 minutes. It's all right, whatever. In some kind of form where I can actually see the evidence of the argument, where he's actually shown, two objects being propelled by a spring at the correct velocities, demonstrating his point, and then the energy is collected, and it's clearly only 1.4 the energy. Can we see that? Oh, fuck. I just can't believe he did this. Fuck. What a monstrosity. All right. So, till the next time. Sorry, I really thought there was going to be something in here to art. This is worse than the initial video. The initial video at least had different experiments, some kind of stuff to go on, something to analyze. There's nothing to analyze here. There's less information than he gave us the first time, not more. This is just crap. All right. So, till the next time and such. Ugh. Fuck. I do hate this planet.